Okay, good morning. My name is Maud Dufresne and I come from Grenoble University. Today I would like to present to you my work about the integration of eco-design activities into the design process using a methodology and an engineering platform. I will begin with a framework to integrate this environmental concern, and I begin with a definition, with the definition of a point of view. What is a point of view in design? This is the vision and the expertise that an expert has about the product during the design. And for example, you have different viewpoints to take into consideration during the design. And this can be a mechanical viewpoint or electric viewpoint or also industrialization viewpoint. And if you consider simultaneously this different viewpoint to make the final solution emerge, you can have this global vision of the product, and this is what we call integrated design. And here the problem is to integrate the environmental viewpoint during the design process. So we think that integrated design is required for environmental integration, and there is some conditions that we have to take into account to integrate this viewpoint. The first one is about the early integration of this viewpoint during the design process, because there is a lot of impact about the decisions that we take early in the design process, and then we need to continuously take into account this viewpoint during the design process. The third condition is also to consider the entire life cycle of the product during the design, and not only the manufacturing phase, but also the other phase of the product. We need also to have a multi-criteria approach. It's about the different criteria, environmental criteria, but also design criteria that you have to take into account. And the last point is that we would like to avoid the green wall. This is the separation between the environmental services or department and the other services in the company. So integrated design is required, but there is some condition and requirements that we need to take into consideration. And there is also some characteristics that we need to take into account during the design to manage with this viewpoint integration. So the first one is the involvement of the top management of the company, because if there is no concertion about the viewpoint integration in the company, and if it's only about the bottom, it's not really useful. And also there is no sense, it's if a one-shot project, this needs to be something more continuous with a long-term vision of environmental integration. And the second point is about knowledge and skills, because manager and designer need to be trained about the eco-design and environmental concern. There is also a point about cultural change, because this is not something very usual for the designer to take into account this viewpoint. So they need to have a systemic vision of the product. And then there is also a problem with the data, because with the life cycle assessment, to have the environmental profile of the product, you need to get a lot of data, and this is sometimes a problem. And you also have to manage with your partner. You need to have strong relationship with your supplier to get back this information and sensible information. This is why my research question is about the help to integrate eco-design activities in a design team, knowing that numerous knowing that numerous disciplines are addressed by environmental concerns. And there is different way to support this integration. And the first one, for the moment, you can have a new expert in the design team. But the problem here is that you don't, this is not really a solution to include a new expert each time you need a new expertise. And the second solution is to is that an expert become multi-expert, as for the quality safety environment manager, but here the level of expertise is reduced, and also the person don't have enough time to get all these jobs. And the last solution is to support the integration by tools and methods, but here in the eco-design field it's difficult because there is a lot of methods and tools, and it's not really easy to manage all these tools and methods and to use it coherently and complementary. That's why in the Genesis project we propose to develop an eco-design methodology supporting by an engineering platform. So here I will present to you the methodology. This is a 6-step methodology, and the first phase of the methodology is the initialization phase, where the project management team will define some environmental objectives for the project. Then he will, with the designers and the environmental manager, they will produce the preliminary analysis of the product, and they can focus on critical points for the design, and they can determine hotspots and choose relevant indicator to guide the design. The second phase is the main core design phase, where a designer will conduct the design activities in taking into account some environmental criteria, and they can have some help from a guidance tool, and they will check the performance of the product with some life cycle assessment. And this is an iterative process, because you need to check the product performance, and if it's not suitable you can redesign your product. And then the last step of the methodology is the capitalization phase, and this is where you can think about the long-term strategy of the company and to make some arrangement for the future. So here it was the methodology, and here is the structure of the platform. So you have on your left the stakeholders, which will interact with the platform. So you have the project management team with an environmental expert, if it's possible, some designer and supplier. So designer will use their classic tools and, for example, CAD tools to create the product model, and they will use now some specific tools to create the life cycle model. And with that, they could send this information, this data, to the evaluation module to perform the life cycle assessment or the life cycle cost of the product. And then the project management team could choose some relevant indicator to guide the design and to create a kind of dashboard to follow up the different indicators during the design. After that, the designer could use the guidance tool to make the detailed design, and to use again their classic tools and specific tools. And I will show you how this structure of the platform could help to play with the characteristics that I previously presented to you. So here we can see the involvement of the company strategy, because the communication between the project team and the company strategy could help to create the dashboard according to the environmental objective of the company. Then the knowledge and skills from designer could be increased thanks to the guidance tool, and they can also improve their cultural vision of environment and eco-design. The data fluxes will be also easier because of the internal communication of the different tools without human activities, and the strong partnership with your supplier thanks to the supplier web portal. So that's why that was the presentation of the methodology and the platform, and I will validate this two parts with two case studies. The first one in the company Orgulam in France, where we will try to validate the methodology and the principle without tools, and the second case study in Faber, which is a partner from the Genesis project, where we will try to validate the software tools. Thank you for your attention.